Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for messages and Reiki today. It is Thursday, December the 28th at 6:38 p.m. Mountain Time here in the U.S. We're going to do messages for each sign for tomorrow, the 29th, and then we're going to do a little bit of Reiki and possibly free-for-all questions, depending how crowded we get in here. So let's just start with Aries, looking at Aries for December the 29th, Friday. Aries, I do feel like you have something that you're praying about, maybe even doing some kind of ritual or ceremony for. Could be something as simple as going to Mass and lighting a candle, but could also be other kinds of more pagan style ceremonies or rituals. But something is on your mind and you're asking for spiritual help with it on Friday, Aries. Taurus, let's look at you guys for December the 29th. What do I have coming in for you? Taurus, I feel like you are very aware of the cycles of your life right now, and you're starting to feel like you're getting into a little bit too much of a rut. You're starting to think about what can I do to kind of shake this up and make this be more interesting. So you may be looking at some kind of travel you may be interested in, or you may be looking at just doing something a little different in your daily routine or your weekly routine, but you're wanting to shake up your routine. You're wanting to get a little bit out of your rut that you're in, Taurus. And it's kind of interesting that it comes up the 28th. I mean, this is some people aren't even back to work yet. And those of you that are just had Christmas break. So this may be a little bit of getting out of that rut and realizing it felt good and now coming back into the old rut and going, maybe I would like to adjust this now. Hello there, Gemma Croft Baker, Tammy, Bambi, hello, Tiffany Jones, hello, hello, Emily, Ophium, hello, hello, Kim Huffner. You're in Colorado tomorrow? That's exciting. Why are you going to be in Colorado, Kim? I want to start writing down your names really quickly. Gemma, Tammy, Jose, Cote, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you today? Tammy Longlegs. Tiffany Jones. La la da da. Emily Ophium. We must really have a bad delay tonight. Kim Hefner. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. The lighting is definitely different because the sun's down here. I'm glad to hear that you are good, Jose. Alrighty, so we'll do cards of the day here in a minute. Let me finish up with the Gemini first, and then we'll go into that. Gemini for December the 29th. What do we have coming up here? Geminis, I do feel like there's something that you're going to be very focused on, some kind of project, and I think that you're going to be doing a fantastic, incredibly good job with this. You're going to be paying a lot of attention to detail. You're just going to be making sure that it's right. I actually have an image of you flying like an eagle whenever it comes to this project. So not only are you doing a really great job with it, I do think that once this project is complete and other people are having a chance to interact with it and view it and whatever the case may be, I think that you're very likely to get some attention, some very positive attention based on the work and the effort that you've put in here, Geminis. There's Camilla. Welcome, welcome. Camilla Fontes. Okay, so we're going to do cards for Gemma, Tammy Bambi, Tiffany Jones, Then we'll do our next 3 signs, and then we're going to do cards for Emily, Kim, and Jose. Then our next 3 signs, and then Camila. Ms. Sweetness, and then Ms. Sweetness. Hey, hey, glad to see you in the room, Ms. Sweetness. You had a great birthday. Aw. Very cool. Quiet time was wonderful, too. I don't do those readings. I'm here daily now. I'm here daily now. Okay, so let's see. Gemma. I like this because I get to interact live with people. So I dropped those because they were feeling like a chore. It felt like I was just talking to the great big black hole out there when I was making those videos. Here there are energies in the chat room with me, and that makes me feel a lot more happy. Tiffany James is also here. So we've got Tiffany Jones and Tiffany James. Tiffany's are in the house. Right? The other TJ. All right, so this was for Gemma. Your card actually fell, Gemma. So card of the day, sometime within the past 24 hours, and if not the past 24 hours, then within the next 24 hours. This is an experience that Sacred Spirit would like you to be more aware of than what you were before. So, Gemma, you got the Eight of Pentacles. To me, the Eight of Pentacles just talks about working and being proud of your work, taking good care with your work. So this could be literally working at work and just really being proud of the job that you've been doing, or, you know, taking good care. Maybe it's even like a custom job that you would sign your name to. Or this can be even doing some kind of manual labor that you're feeling very proud of, Gemma. Either way, actual work is involved. See, Alamari. Hello, hello. Carla, nice to know your name. Yes, yes, greeting is good. I love it when people come in and say hi. I'm just writing down your name so that I can give you a card of the day whenever it's your turn later on. Okay, so we just did Gemma's. Next is Tammy Bambi's card of the day. Yay, glad you made it, honey. Tammy Bambi, card of the day for you. You just had some flip. Let me just shuffle those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anytime somebody has more than 5 cards fall out of the deck, or 5 or more, I know they really need a real reading. But since we're not in a place where we can do a real reading, we're going to just settle for 1 card from Ms. Tammy Bambi. Tammy, what you have is the Nine of Wands. This just tells me that you are preparing for something or getting ready for something. This can be preparing for a trip, preparing for a business presentation, something that you're getting ready for, or at least you have within the past 24 hours. Does that make sense to you, my dear? You mowed the lawn. That's real work for sure. Lorraine Southwick, good evening, good evening. How are you, my dear? Hannah David. Yeah, this is what, your 3rd time? She says, gotcha. That's the thing about not having a scheduled time. I can catch all kinds of different people. I'm glad to hear that you are great. Not really? Okay, keep your eyes open, Miss Tammy Bambi. If you don't recognize it now, keep your eyes open for the next 24 hours. What could you be getting ready for? Gemma Croftbaker, are you 77 years old? 3 times for Hannah David. All right, who's up next? Tiffany Jones is up next. Tiffany Jones. Well, happy birthday as of last week. I had no idea you were that age. Here I was picturing you as, like 35 or something. Yep, Tammy's was yesterday. That's right. Yours was yesterday. Happy birthday late. Since you weren't here yesterday, I didn't get to say it then. Gemma Croft Baker. No, I've already done her card. Tiffany Jones. I better reshuffle since I ended on Gemma's name. Tiffany Jones. Try this again. This one is, oh, she's saying happy birthday. Very cool. So Tiffany Jones coming right up. You don't feel it. That's a good thing. It's just a number then. Okay, Tiffany Jones, you've got the 8 of Wands showing up in reverse. This just tells me that there's somebody that you've been communicating with, that there's been a slowdown in communications. You may actually be waiting to hear from them, but definitely things have slowed down for sure. Does that make sense for you, Tiffany Jones? La da 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 da. Okay, so everybody who is here, if you don't mind, please share so that other people can get in while it's still live. It's always more fun if you come into a live event while it's live. Annie Lennington, hey, 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 glad to see you made it back in, my dear. We're just having fun in here tonight. Okay, let's take a peek at Cancer for December the 29th. What do we have coming up for Cancer? Okay, so Cancers, I feel like Friday is going to be a really productive day for you. What I'm hearing is green, green rain. So green to me talks about fertility, talks about productivity, talks about getting things accomplished, talks about good things coming into us that maybe we didn't even do that much work for. So green, green rain, you've got a lot of green, green coming in. So a lot of productivity, a lot of fertility, a lot of things coming into you that are beautiful and wonderful. To me, this is a really good day. It's a very productive day. And also I think it's going to have some nice little surprises as well, Cancer. Yep. Okay, so that's Cancer. Let's do Leo and let's do Virgo, and then we'll go back to people. So Leo, Leo, Leo for December the 29th. I feel like some of you Leos are going to be around water, spending some time around water, whether it's, natural water or whether it's like a man-made pool or jacuzzi of some kind. But water is playing strongly, Leos. The other thing that comes up with that too is that I feel like there's some kind of emotional cleanse coming in for you, Leos. This means that some of you actually could be crying. That's water, and it's an emotional cleanse. But I really, I don't have a super heavy, big feeling on this. I feel like whatever this is, it's productive and it's helping you move forward. So some type of water and some type of cleanse coming in for Leos. Virgo on the 29th. Let's see. Let me catch up on names and then we'll do Virgo. Bonnie Snow. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Glad you're here. You would love to go on a trip. There you go, Tammy. Ascend. Hello, hello. Glad to see you here again. That's awesome. We just have a room full today. Dano. Hello, hello. It's all right, Dano. I was just thinking, oh, yeah, she's an Aquarius. I'm on mountain time, honey. You can call me anytime. If you call me after 10, I won't hear it. From 10 till 6, my phone goes on Do Not Disturb. So you'll just have to leave me a voicemail and then I'll get back with you whenever I get a chance. Let's see. Right, exactly. Party time. Bonnie Snow, hello, hello. I think I saw you come in earlier, didn't I? Yep. Let's see. Jose Cote, did the ascendant or moon sign apply for the sign card? Actually, I usually don't pull cards for the signs in these dailies. I'm just reading the energy most of the time, or every once in a while the stones will want to talk to me. But as far as messages, if you have a message for your sun sign, you may find a message for your ascendant or your moon applies as well. In fact, somebody left me a comment yesterday or today saying that usually their sun sign doesn't resonate, but their ascendant does. Go figure. So my advice there is just play with that, see which one applies to you the most. Yep, almost 7. Let's see. Well, I had to start doing that with the phone, Hannah, because I had a lady that would consistently call me every payday at 2 o'clock in the morning for an emergency reading. And 2 o'clock in the morning is not such a hot time for a reader to try to read, tell you the truth. You wouldn't care if your trip was to the river, Tammy Bambi, you're funny. Okay, now let's do Virgo. Virgo. For December the 29th, what do we have coming in for you guys? Paperwork. Virgo, I'm seeing that you have something to do with paperwork. I feel like you may be printing out paperwork. You may be asking other people to sign paperwork. This feels to me like it's paperwork that you're handling or you're responsible for. Maybe you're in an office where you're responsible for handling a lot of paperwork every day. But yeah, I'm actually like seeing paperwork just coming out of a printer. Lots of it. So I don't know, maybe you've got a contract online that you're signing and then scanning and sending back. There's something to do with paperwork coming up for you guys on Friday, Virgos. I know, I always thought it was nuts too. And it was always an emergency. I have an emergency reading. It only happens on payday, but by golly, it's an emergency. Hello there, Sylvie. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you today? It would not be happy hour. Well, I used to get up and I would do those readings, but man, talk about trying to look through a fog. When you're only half awake and you're trying to read, that's not going to be your highest quality reading, I got to tell you. Angela Lukes, glad to see you. Aw, I love it that you're doing your fitness program. Cool, cool. It does. It would be a booty call if she hadn't wanted a reading. I'd be like, no, 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 no. But that was back in the early days. I kept my phone on all the time because I always wanted to be available for people. Of course, nobody really had heard of me at that time. So if anybody called me, I was like, thank you, Jesus. So I would stumble into the office and do a reading. Now, luckily, I'm in a little bit better of a position. I can schedule readings for reasonable hours. Okay, so let's see. Let's do some people here. People cards. Emily Ophium, let's do a card of the day for you, my dear. She calls you at 3 a.m. You know what? If it works for you, it works for you. Emily is in the room. Okay, I'm glad to see that. Emily. Six of Arrows in reverse, honey. You're going through some kind of lifestyle change right now. Maybe you're exercising more, eating better, eliminating toxic substances from the body, something like that. that you've been working on within the past 24 hours. Does that make sense to you, my dear? And if it's not within the past 24 hours, look for it in the next. Excuse me. Usually if I'm doing Reiki, yeah, I drink water. And actually, normally I drink water or tea. Lizzie Bays, hello, hello. Bayes, I guess I should say. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Usually my drinks are, although today is the exception, usually my drinks are Earl Grey tea or apple juice watered down. So it's only 1/3 apple juice and the rest water. Or I'll have hot water with lemon and honey in it, just depending what I'm in the mood for in the winter time. I hear you, Dana. You have 8 siblings? I've got 6 siblings. You and we got some common ground. Ina, hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you in the room. Everybody is probably going to get a card by the time I'm done here, but there's a lot of people in front of you in line. Let's put it like that. All right, so the next person that is in line is Kim Hefner. Kim Hefner from Texas, who's going to be in Colorado. Why are you coming to Colorado? What is going on? How long are you going to be here? Dion Van Ick. Blessed be, my dear. Glad to see you. You're in line, honey. You're in line with everybody else. It tastes better to me and it's easier on my stomach. If I drink apple juice fully concentrated, I start getting stomach cramps. All right, so your card just flipped, Miss Kim. You got the Sun card. It did come out in reverse. Sun card in reverse does mean that you're doing some things that you want to do that make you feel good and are productive, but you're probably doing that with somebody else. And so you're doing a little bit of compromising and cooperating with that person to make sure that both of you have a good time. Does that make sense for you within the last 24 hours or the next 24 hours? Jose Cote, you're up next, my dear. Right? You know my number. Camila is also from Texas. Oh, cool, cool. 2 Texas people here. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Jose Cote, I hope you're still in the room. Doing the Lenormand for you, so this is going to be a little bit different. You've got the Whip as your house card. Ooh, and you've got the Woman. This just tells me that sometime within the past 24 hours, you have been having conversations with a significant woman in your life, Jose. Pretty cut and dried. Does that make sense to you, my dear? Oh, another Texas person. So we've got Lubbock, Austin. Bum ba da bum ba da dum ba da dum. That was Jose Cote. All right, let me do 3 more signs, and then after that will be Camille, Ms. Sweetness, and Tiffany. Which Tiffany? That one's Tiffany James. Okay, but first let's do Libra for December the 29th. Libra. Making your way down the path, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. Libras, I think on Friday you're making your way down your path. Whenever I talk about your path, I feel like this is about, this has to do with feeling like you're doing what you want to do with your life and feeling like you're going in the right direction. So for Libra, some of you could be making a course adjustment and getting back on the path, or maybe you were off the path before. Others of you, excuse me, you could just be taking those next steps on the path. So an example of what I mean when we're on the path. So say that you feel like what you need to do in your life is readings. Okay, just for a wild example out there, let's say that you want to really do readings and that's what you want to really ultimately do with your life. But you have this 40-hour job. So maybe, part of you getting on the path or following the path is setting up your website so that people can find you and know where you are so that you can read for them whenever you're not at your 40-hour job. Or maybe this is, doing something to get you out there publicity-wise so that people know that you're out there and so that you can do readings. Maybe this is even going to like a festival or a fair. Maybe there's a psychic fair or festival that starts on Friday night and you're going to that so that people can know that you're out there and available as a service provider. So things like that. Now, it doesn't have to be that what you want to do with your life is readings. That's just an easy example for me because, it fits for me. But I'm not a Libra either. So whatever it is that you're thinking that you want to do with your life, you are making some steps towards that on Friday, Libra. Let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio. You have a new friend, Kim? Yay. I like the little. You're a Taurus, Dion. I'm a Taurus rising. Wilson, North Dakota. Oh, driving a truck. Gotcha. Bonnie Snow, you're a Capricorn. Cappy will come up when it's its turn, honey. Everything has a turn in here. Turn, turn, turn. To each thing there is a season. True to form for the Libra, Sun. Ah, gotcha, Camilla. Makes sense for you, Angela. Okay, awesome. Awesome. You're a Taurus sun. I've already done the Taurus sign. You may want to scroll back to catch that, Miss Ina. That would have been way early, within the first 3 or 4 minutes of the video. Okay, let's look at Scorpio for December the 29th. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. Crystal Ball wants to talk to Scorpio today. Okay, Ms. Nemesis, what do you have to say? Yippee. Okay, so Scorpios, I feel like we are facing some kind of big obstacle tomorrow, like big enough that it is going to make us want to scream. I think this probably has to do with personal life, but it could also have to do with business. The way this is coming in, this could be either way. So I'm sure for some it'll be one way and for some it'll be the other. There's just a little bit of frustration here. This obstacle doesn't feel like it's one that's going to last forever. It may last for like a few days tops. I don't think we're going to feel that same scream intensity for all of those few days. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be there tomorrow. Yippee. I can guess what that's going to be. For me. You were thinking of that song too? Manuela, glad you made it in today, honey. There's a lot of people in here. We've got a full house. I'm liking it. Savannah, Lisa, Chase, New York, Sagittarius. Glad to see you here, Savannah. We haven't got to Sagittarius yet. We'll be doing that pretty soon. Your ascendant is Scorpio? Well, sorry. Sorry about that message. The only consolation, if it is one, is that that message applies to me too. Alrighty, so Annie Luddington, have no clue your moon or your rising. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that can make it kind of difficult. You could always listen to like all the signs and start figuring out which ones actually resonate for you. That might be a lot of trouble though. Yeah, but if she doesn't know what time she was born, that could come out kind of iffy. Aw, thank you, Manuela. Manuela is such a sweetheart, too. I love all my clients. I have good clients. Just can't be clients like I have. Alrighty, so let's look at Sagittarius for December the 29th. Sagittarius, I almost feel like you guys are like you're taking a running start at something and then like you're jumping off the edge of the world or something. It's very similar to the Fool card. So Sagittarius, I do think that you're having some kind of transition or new beginning. And I think that you are starting this new beginning basically as like a leap of faith that, you know, your intuition is telling you and your gut instinct is telling you that this is the way to go, but you really don't have any facts to necessarily back that up. But some kind of new beginning that really it has to do with a leap of faith. And this doesn't have to be a big deal. This can be as simple as making a new recipe. Sometimes that's a huge leap of faith, but it can be as big as you may even be deciding, I can't take it anymore. I'm quitting this job today, type of thing, and quitting that job under the leap of faith of, something better has to come in because this one's killing me, type of thing. So that's what I see for you, Sagittarian, some type of leap of faith. For others of you, this may be like maybe somebody's proposed to you and you're taking that leap of faith and saying, yes. Do I sound a little scared in my tone of that? Because that's exactly how I would sound if somebody asked me that right now, and I'm not sure I would say yes. But anyway, some kind of leap of faith coming in for you, Sagittarians. There we go. Okay, so everybody who is here, if you haven't done it already, please share so that more people can get in on the live broadcast. The live broadcasts are always more fun than once they're already over. La da dee da, da 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 da. You guys are so welcome. Okay, so let's do 3 more people and then we'll do 3 more signs. Up next is Camila Fontez, Ms. Sweetness, and Tiffany James. After that, we'll do 3 more signs, and then it'll be C. Alamari, Lorraine Southwick, Hannah David. After that, we'll do Reiki, and then we'll do everybody else. We've got a lineup today. Okay, so Camilla. I like leaps of faith. Camilla Fontes, this is for you, my dear. Card of the day. For those of you who don't know, cards of the day are simply messages that talk about something that's probably happened within the past 24 hours. If not the past 24 hours, then look for them within the next 24 hours. Just something Sacred Spirit would like you to be more aware of than if it had come up on the card. And always for your best, highest, and good interest. When you saw her, you were like, I'll call you later. Manuela, thank you for your loyalty, sweetheart. Okay, Camilla's card. Alrighty, so Camilla's card. Wow, somebody else got this too. You got the Sun in reverse. This is just telling me that sometime within the past 24 hours, you've been doing something that you really wanted to do, and you've been sharing that experience with someone else. So probably you and a friend, or maybe even a group of people doing something that you really enjoy and cooperating and collaborating with each other to make sure that everybody has a good time pretty much. Does that sound about right for you, Ms. Camilla? Everybody's in line for a card of the day, Dion. Gotta wait your turn, though. What I do is I give out the cards of the day in the order that people show up in here. Ms. Sweetness, you are up next. Okay, if you don't recognize it yet, keep your eye out for tomorrow. The universe has our back, doesn't it, Dion? Has our backs. The universe has our backs, has our backs, has our backs. Ms. Sweetness's card here. Agave, honey, nectar. And brown sugar. Let's see what we have. La da 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 da. Bed rest until tomorrow. Jeez. Well, I hope you get to have your sun in reverse experience soon. Maybe you'll just be so thrilled when you're walking out of there that that'll be it. I don't know. I hope not. I hope you have something nicer than that. Okay, so Ms. Sweetness, you got the Seven of Wands in reverse. Let's let it glare here. Seven of Wands in reverse just means that you had sort of set your boundaries with somebody around you and kind of told them, okay, you know, I'm willing to do this much. Anything beyond this area is yours. And so when you've got the Seven of Wands in reverse, you're taking down those barriers or those boundaries. You're letting them down. Okay. So that's for Ms. Sweetness. I hope that makes sense for you, my dear. And next up, Tiffany James. Ms. Tiffany James, James. Virgo Queen, glad you made it. You love the tunes. Are you talking about those tunes that just pour out of my mouth without me even knowing? I used to have a client, a couple of years ago, and I would be looking at stuff for her, and I don't know why. It seemed like just with her, I would always start making these weird noises, stuff like that. Just weird. She would always end up laughing at me. I didn't even know where it came from. Happy holidays to you, Virgo Queen. Oh yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing, Bunny Snow. If I try to sing a song, you better cover your ears. The spirit is just flowing melodies through me. That's a different story. Tiffany James card. I think I've shuffled enough. Tiffany James, look at you, my dear. Card of the day. This card talks about a couple of things. It talks about amazing chemistry, either with a person, or I've even seen this come up for a work situation where somebody has been starting like a new job or a new project and they were really getting into it. So amazing chemistry one way or the other. And also with this, I call it a dinosaur egg on the bottom. A lot of people don't know what that is. I call it a dinosaur egg, and that's what it's always been as long as I've had this deck. To me, this talks about great potential that's untapped because it hasn't hatched yet. So not only is there a lot of chemistry, either in a relationship or a work type situation, there's also a lot of potential for this to go way beyond the chemistry. Do you recognize that situation in your life today, Ms. Tiffany James? I am pretty much tone deaf. Here's how my mom would say that, Annie. She used to tell me that I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's Tiffany James. Let's do 3 more signs. 3 more signs. Start with Capricorn. I know you guys, a lot of you are waiting for Capricorn. Let's see. Capricorn, I feel like you're going to be spending Friday, or not all of Friday, but a good part of Friday getting organized. Whether this is paperwork getting organized, whether this is organizing your home, organizing your closets, organizing things at work, there is definitely something coming up here as far as organizational happening for you on Friday. Maybe a bunch of Christmas. You need something else I make. Oh, something else to make. That makes sense. La da dee da. Okay. So that's Capricorn. Let's look at Aquarius. Hmm. Aquarius, it's interesting. You guys always get the most interesting messages. I feel like on Friday, you guys are going to be focusing on something, but that thing that you're focusing on is more like you're focusing on the fringe edges of whatever that thing is. So maybe this is a project that the biggest part of it has been done, and now you're just putting on the finishing touches, or picking up loose edges and working with them. But it feels like you're working on like just the outside edges of this project or the fringe of this project. So I'm feeling like the inside is pretty well done. Watch, I'm going to have somebody say that they're adding like leather fringe to the bottom of a jacket or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, working on the finishing touches or the outside edges of a project. Outside edges is the best way to say what's coming across to me, even though I'm not exactly sure what that means. I hope you guys do. Hope you guys know. See no evil, say no evil. You're organizing the home? Gotcha. So that's Aquarius. Let's see about Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, I'm having a hard time telling if you're listening or if you're speaking. I think you may have one of those wonderful moments during the day where you're trying to talk to somebody, but they won't listen. And not only won't they listen, they won't shut up either. So it's one of those great conversations where everybody gets nowhere and it's hard to tell who's listening and who's talking. Sorry. Don't worry about it, Manuela. We don't worry too much about mistakes around here. Not spelling mistakes. Funny's driving. Okay, let's do 3 more people cards and then we're going to do some Reiki. Okay, C. Alamari, you're up next. Then Lorraine, then Hannah David. C. Alamari. C. Alamari, C. Alamari. I hope she's still in the room. Ricky's not here. Ricky's probably sleeping. I think she's way over in the Netherlands. Okay, see, Alamari, you got the 8 of Swords in reverse. This is just telling me that you had a situation that you were feeling paralyzed or stuck in. And just within the past 24 hours, you have realized, hey, I'm not stuck in that. I know exactly how to deal with this. And you've taken care of it. Does that make sense to you, my dear? Lorraine is here. Right? I would love to hear, Dano. Okay, so Lorraine is here. That's good. That was C. Alamari's. Lorraine's is next. After that will be Hannah. Then we're going to do Reiki, and then we'll do everybody else. Lorraine, I'm going to use the Lenormand for you, my dear. The fringe of a project or the outer edge of a project. La da da da, la da da da, la da da da. Lorraine Southwick. Here we go. House card for you is the Scythe. And cover card, the Coffin. Actually, that's good. You would look at these 2 cards and you would automatically think this is a mess. It's actually not. When you've got the Scythe covered by the Coffin, what this means is you haven't been feeling too good, and so the Scythe is cutting that down. So now you're starting to feel more healthy than what you were feeling. Do you recognize that within the past 24 hours, Miss Lorraine? There's Miss Marcia. Hey, hey. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. You think so? All right, cool, cool. See. Excuse me. I know striving. I've interacted with you. I know that you do be quiet sometimes. Okay, okay, awesome. Glad to hear it, Ms. Hannah. You're all getting set up. Hannah's card of the day. I don't think I'm going to have time to do free questions. I have a bunch of people that still are waiting on cards at the end. We might skip that. We might have to skip that today. Oh, whoa, Hannah, your card just popped right out. Okay, Ms. Hannah, Eight of Cups. This just talks about some kind of situation where you feel like you're being depleted instead of it being a two-way situation. Like you're putting out all the energy, you're not getting much back. And so you're walking away from that, looking for something that'll be more of a two-way street. I see this come up the most either in employment situations or in relationship situations. Does that make sense to you, Ms. Hannah David? So dang cold you haven't felt yourself? I get it. Bye, Tammy Bambi. Peace out, honey. You're from Suriname? Where is Suriname? What country is that? All right, so let's do Reiki. It's a relationship. Gotcha. I'm sorry, I know that's always a difficult situation. Let's do Reiki. Reiki is going to be for whatever will benefit each of you here the most. If you have something specific that you would like the Reiki to focus on instead, all you have to do is set that intention or ask the Reiki to focus on that instead for you, and that will be adjusted. Those of you who are watching this after it's already done being live, don't worry. All you have to do is set the intention. You can receive the Reiki just as well. The Reiki is not limited by time or space because it is energy. So let's get going. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes. All right, so we're going to do Reiki till 30 after. For those of you who have not had Reiki before, if you start noticing different sensations in your body, please realize that's probably normal. I have people feel everything from tingling to warmth to cold to poking, all kinds of stuff. And what else? What else do you need to know? Also, your emotions can change as Reiki is being sent out. If the Reiki is working on the root or an obstacle in you that is something that you really haven't expressed feelings about, as the Reiki heals that up, you might start feeling some feelings about that, and that's okay too. The Lilac Princess. Well, you came in right in time. We're going to ask the Reiki to focus on the flu and relief from the sore eye. Either one, Dano. Doesn't matter to me. I'm always a the sooner the better type of girl. Or you can even just text me right now and then I'll just call you later. Excuse me. That way I'll have your number. For those of you who don't know, this is a super micro session of Reiki. A normal session is going to be anywhere from 45 minutes on up. My normal sessions are an hour long. So this is just a little taster or teaser of what Reiki can actually do for you. For those of you who've never experienced a full session of Reiki, I do offer the first one free, so just so you can see what it can do for you and experience it. For those of you who are feeling stuff just in the 5 minutes, just imagine what an hour would be like with the Reiki energy focused directly on you only. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Feeling a lot of Reiki going out to shoulders areas and heart chakras right now. I've also got some Reiki going into, feels like knees as well. You'd like your body to feel warm during the winter. Quite welcome, Lilac Princess. Bum, 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 bum. So Reiki going into the knees has to do with Flexibility in facing life's issues. How flexible are you? What happens if the plan goes away and you have to improvise? Can you be flexible like that? So energy going to the knees will help you with more flexibility, whoever is receiving that there. What else was I feeling? Feet. Feet have to do with finding your direction. I am feeling some feet going on. I've also got some base chakra and some sacral chakra. Base chakra has to do with security, home, family, income, job, that type of stuff. Sacral chakra has to do with how things feel, smell, taste. Can have to do with how much you're enjoying your bedroom life with your partner, that type of thing. So you may experience some changes around all of that. On the front of your right thigh. Thighs have a lot to do with supporting the weight of other people. You've got some energy change and going around with the idea of supporting other people in your life. Your knees and your feet. Yep, I'm feeling those. Feeling those. We've also got some heart chakra energy going on. That's healing around emotional issues. All right, cool, cool. Thank you, Dano. La da da da. One more minute of Reiki, guys. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you. La da 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 da. La da da da. For anybody who would like to schedule a free Reiki session with me, or if you'd like to schedule a regular reading, or if you've had Reiki with me before and you want to schedule a regular Reiki session with me, all you have to do is check out my website. That's where you can find my contact information. My website is www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. You would need a man to feel the energy difference, wouldn't you? And your knees and your heart. That has to do with your flexibility and dealing with life, and is also helping to heal up emotional issues. Yeah. No, I really don't guess those. People surprise me with their real names. Mm-mm. Yeah. La da dee da 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 da. Okay, so 30 minutes after, let's wrap the Reiki up. Let's do some more cards of the day for people here. Okay, so this is how the list goes for cards of the day. For those of you who are still here, first up will be Annie Lemington. In the batter's box is Bonnie Snow. After that, a Sand, then Dano, then Sylvie, then Angela Lukes, then Lizzie, then Ina, then Dion, then Manuela, then Savannah, then Virgo Queen, then Marcia Knowles, then Lilac Princess. Lilac Princess will be the last card of the day that I give out today. Anybody else who comes in is too late. They just knocked on the door a little too late. Okay, so let's start with Ms. Annie. You're quite welcome. I have fun with this live. Oh, goodness. Have a beautiful, beautiful night's sleep, honey. Quite welcome, Tiffany James. Yeah, I enjoy doing these live. Okay, so Annie, I hope you're still in the room. Here is your card. Annie, what you've got coming up here is the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is just telling me that there's some kind of new attraction in your life. Could be a new love interest or crush. Could also be something else that would be new. Could be something like a new hobby that you really enjoy, or maybe you found a great new recipe, a great new quilt pattern. I don't know what. But anyway, something that you're really enjoying. Could be a person. Kelly, glad to see you here, honey. You kind of are coming in as I'm closing the back door. We've got Reiki done. Now I'm just finishing up with cards of the day for people that were here by the time we started Reiki. So we've got a few to go. We've got a few to go. Bonnie Snow, you're up next. I hope you're here. $2:30 a.m. Oh, dear goodness. Alrighty. Bonnie Snow is up next. Why am I doing that? I know why. Okay. Where are you, Lilac Princess? 2:30 a.m. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, you're in the UK, aren't you? I hope you have a happy new year as well. Hopefully I'll see you in here again before then. Well, I guess it is already the 28th, isn't it? Maybe. All right. This is for Bonnie Snow. Oh, Bonnie. Okay, honey, you got the stag. This is just telling me, is this her or somebody she's interacting? Somebody you're interacting with during the past 24 hours. And this is somebody usually is like a boss or the head of a family, somebody like that, somebody with authority. And when we see the stag come up, not only are they somebody with authority, but they're also somebody who really has a certain amount of respect for each and every person. They really don't put people on the pedestal. They view everybody as equal. And so this is somebody who is a natural leader. People like to follow this person because they are so even-handed and fair in how they handle things, and they handle responsibilities in general well. They may have high expectations, however, they have high expectations of themselves as well. So they don't ask anything of the people around them that they wouldn't ask of themselves, even though their standards are pretty high. Do you recognize that person and that interaction within the past 24 hours, Ms. Bonnie Snow? S. Sand, are you still in the room? Knees warm, that has to do with flexibility. And then you went to your neck. Neck has to do with flexibility in your thinking, being open to new thoughts. Lower back has to do with how things taste to you, how things look to you, those types of things. Feet has to do with finding your direction, Ms. Manuela. I don't know about the sneezing or the numb hand, but hands do have to do with how we take care of other people, how we nurture, self-care. So it has to do with taking care. England, there you go. Oh, I'm so glad it relaxed you, honey. Okay, so let's do a card for S. Sand. Excuse me. La dee dee da. S. Sand. Oh, you've got the Two of Wands. This is a really nice card. Just means that you had to make some kind of decision about which way you wanted to go. And really, there was no bad decision there. You couldn't have made a bad choice. Whatever you chose would have been really nice either way. Does that make sense for you? S. Sand. Dano. We're back to Lenormands for Dano. You almost always get Lenormands, don't you, Dano? Aw, thank you, Manuela. Excuse me. And a blessed, safe, and happy new year for you as well. Dano's card's coming up right now. House card is the birds. Cover card, the cross. Dano, I feel like there's been a lot of talk around you lately about, actually two things. Spiritual concepts, number one, philosophies, things like this, but also about some kind of burden that somebody has. Maybe people are even talking about a burden that you're carrying, but definitely some kind of talk about a burden from people around you. This could even be gossipy talk. Doesn't have to be, but could be. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, I've pulled the Lenormands for you a couple other times, I'm sure. Because you're a real good sport with them. La da da da. Yeah, these are two new cards, actually. New for you? I don't think I've had it pulled. I've pulled the birds in live. I don't think I've ever pulled the cross in live before. Dano. Sylvie's up next. Sylvie, are you in the room? After Sylvie, let's see. Angela, you're in the batter's box. Are you still here? And then after that will be Lizzie Boaz. Are you still here? Quite welcome, Dano. Very much so. Cool. Thank you for the verification. Okay, let's start shuffling for Sylvie. Hopefully she's still here. Sorry about the glare on my glasses, guys. Trying to make it so you can actually see my eyes. I'm kind of holding my head cockeyed to do that. Alrighty. Sylvie. La da dee da 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 da. Hopefully she's here. Sylvie, you've got the Five of Swords shown up in reverse. This just means that there's some kind of situation where you're being called upon to be the peacemaker within the past 24 hours. Maybe you were being called upon to be the bigger person and put down your weapons in a dispute that you were in with somebody else, or maybe you were helping two other people or two other parties get onto the same page about something that they really weren't particularly. Angela's like, we're all here. Anxiously waiting. Anxiously waiting. You're not even around the end, honey. You just think you are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people after you. Okay, so Angela is here. Lizzie Boaz, are you here? And Ina's here. Ina, you're after Lizzie. Okay, so Angela Lukes. La, da, da, da. Miss Angela. Okay, you got the Temperance card, my dear. This just tells me that you are finding ways to bring more balance into your life. This can talk about a lot of different things. This can talk about making sure your money goes as far as you want your money to go. This can also talk about balancing your energy. Like if you have psychic vampires that are sucking away your energy, you may be spending less time with them and more time with people where you have more of a reciprocal energetic connection. This can be talking about balancing me time with family time, with chore time type of stuff as well. But doing some things to bring balance into your life in a more full way, Miss Angela. That's Angela. Let's see. I am not seeing Lizzie tell me that she's here, so I think we're going to go ahead and skip that one. Next will be Ina. Been going through a spiritual awakening. Yeah. I can believe that. Dion's still here. You got to keep your balance at all times with a sister-in-law. Yeah. That makes it tough when they're in the family. All right. Ina. Vampire talk. Yep. Some people don't know how to keep their own energy up, and so they just live off of other people's energy. It's kind of sad. Ina's card coming right up. Ina, Miss Ina. Okay, my dear, you've got the Ace of Vessels. This just talks about a new love. This can be about a new baby in the family. This can be about something new that you are really enjoying. This can even be talking about a renewed thing that you're really enjoying. So this can be talking about a phase in your relationship that maybe if your relationship was seeming kind of dry and stuff for a while, this can be where it starts to refresh and revibrate and you're starting to really appreciate that other person and their company again. This can also talk about, finding a new hobby or something wonderful that appeals to you. So something new coming in that you really enjoy, Miss Ina, during the past 24 hours. You're quite welcome, Miss Angela Lukes. Have a good night, sweetheart. Lena Augusto, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. You're actually catching us on the tail end of this broadcast. We've already done messages for all signs. We've done Reiki. I'm just finishing up doing cards for all the people who were in the room whenever I started Reiki. So that's what's going on as we finish up here. Glad to see you here, though. Not a baby or a love. You're quite welcome, Angela. Okay, wait and see what happens in the next 24 hours. Sometimes people think it's not resonating and then they realize a couple hours later, oh my gosh, of course, that's that. Wait and see what happens. Dion Van Eck, you're next. After that, Manuela, then Savannah, then Virgo Queen, then Marcia Knowles, then Lilac Princess. So Dion is here. I think Manuela is still here. Hopefully Savannah is still here. Dion. No, I'm doing you right now, honey. That didn't sound good. I'm pulling your card right now. You've been decorating your home for a year. Are you starting to love it? Is it starting to come together in a beautiful, beautiful way? La da dee da, la da da, la da da, la da da. Who is this? Dion Vanek. La da da da. La da da da. Dion. Wow, we're getting a lot of suns in reverse tonight. Okay, my dear, you got the sun in reverse as well. I think you're like the third person. There, that camera's focusing a little better. Sun in reverse just means that you're doing something that you really enjoy doing, that you feel productive doing, and you're doing it along with someone else or maybe a group of people. But anyway, you're not doing whatever this is alone. Does that make sense to you, Ms. Dion? That should have happened within the past 24 hours. If not, then within the next 24 hours. That's funny, Ina. After a year, you're starting to do it the way you wanted it to start with. People can so throw us off track, can't they? Manuela. Dawn Gray, hello, hello. I missed you. I just barely caught that I missed you. I'm glad you're in the room. I'm sorry for taking so long to greet you. Glad you're here. Let's see. So this is for Manuela. She wished us all a Happy New Year. I'm not sure if she's still here, but I do want to pull her a card just in case she is, because she's a total sweetheart. She's a total sweetheart. Okay, Ms. Manuela. You have the Queen of Clubs showing up. I'm hearing that this is someone you're interacting with, and this is somebody who can be highly creative and very nurturing. They're very friendly. They're shiny. They're like, they have good attitude. They're very positive and outgoing. If that makes sense for you, honey. There you go, Ina. Okay, glad you're here, honey. Yay. I hope that makes sense for you. Savannah Lisa Chase. Are you here? I haven't heard you say you are. Virgo Queen, Marcia Knowles, and Lilac Princess. Are you guys here? Let's do a card for Savannah. Virgo Queen is here. That's good. Okay. At least one of our last group is here. Listening and cleaning. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, you kind of have to multitask. These run a little bit long. And Lilac Princess is here. That's two of them. Marcia and Savannah, are you guys here? Hannah, David. I think I've already pulled you a card, haven't I, Hannah? Hannah? Thinking we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. This, I've shuffled this for Savannah, so I'm going to go ahead and do her card, although I'm not sure she's here. Okay, Savannah. Maybe she'll check back later. You got the Three of Pentacles. This just means that you have been collaborating with somebody on a project in your life. That focus is not working too well on this light. Oh, there she is. I'm glad I pulled that card. Whew, I almost passed you up, honey. You've got the headphones on. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so next is Virgo Queen. I know she's here. Marcia Knowles, are you here, my dear? Virgo Queen coming right up. Virgo Queen. I hope you don't mind, but I'm not giving you a card. I'm going to give you a stone. I'm going to give you a couple of stones. They both want to talk to you. Oh, Manuela, I bet you that's being with them. Oh, you're quite welcome, Ina. I think it's lots of fun, too. Okay, so Virgo Queen. My bismuth is saying to you, don't get too hooked up on the patterns and how things regularly, normally are. Don't get too hooked into those. That's what my bismuth is saying. And what about labradorite for you? Hmm. Okay, so Virgo Queen, it seems that things have seemed a little bit dark for you sometimes lately. And the labradorite just wants to encourage you that that's just a temporary phase, that you are going to be seeing like little sparkles of brightness here and there, and those are going to continue to happen more and more often as you come into lighter times. Okay, that's what we have coming up for Virgo Queen. That's true. Virgo did have 3 stones, huh? That is true. I hadn't noticed that. All right, so let's see. Who's next? I hope this makes sense for you, Virgo Queen. Let's see. Marcia is not saying that she's here, so I'm going to kind of assume that she's not. Next, we're going to go with the Lilac Princess, and I know she's here. You're quite welcome, quite welcome. Happy New Year to you, Ms. Dion. Good night, honey. Pleasant dreams. Okay, Lilac Princess. I don't know. She might have fallen asleep in front of her computer. It's almost 3 o'clock where she is. There she is. Okay, my dear. Lilac Princess, you got the clearance card. This is the 7 of Woes. This just tells me that you have been working on getting rid of some emotional blocks. I'm feeling like emotional blocks. I've had this card come up for people taking stuff to the Salvation Army and stuff too, but to me this feels like you've been working on getting rid of some emotional blocks. Does that make sense for you, Ms. Lilac Princess? I don't know, Ina. Okay, Dano. Cool. Thank you. Definitely true. Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you guys for the verification. Thank you all of you for hanging out with me, keeping me on my toes and keeping me sharp. I do appreciate it. Everyone, have a beautiful, peaceful, wonderful, happy, dreamy night. And I will see you probably tomorrow. Peace out.